Hey, Steve. Hey, Rex. Good morning. Yep. There he is. And he's off. Headed towards the burning bush, which is turning green. It's an invasive species, as are many of the things growing here over the cliff, and they may be coming down. There's some major work that's going to be done in Weymouth here before the year is done. The flags are hanging flat. There's a bit of a breeze out there from the southeast, and it's raining to the north. It looks like, oh, I just felt the raindrop. Rex, we're going to go the other way, okay? Yep, this way. Good boy. That way I don't have to worry about him because the road is the other way. Very low tide right now as we are just coming out of a new moon, and tide is fairly high in Rhode Island. I looked at the surf cams in Newport. Looks like there's about a waist-high, fairly clean wave in dense fog right now. More on surf in a minute. So when you have dense fog, that's a cloud touching the ground. That means there's a warm front nearby. And we had talked about how the warm front was going to have a wave of low pressure developing on it with some decent rain for southern New England today. Well, that's changed a little bit. It looks like there's not a closed low developing, just a very weak wave. So the heavier rain is in northern New England, where it's raining now in much of New Hampshire and Vermont. That rain sliding east, just warm enough for rain. On Mount Washington, it's 34 degrees. So what's going to happen next? That wave is going to turn into a low pressure system in the Gulf of Maine, but it's going to race away, and that means we're going to have any showers. Actually, it's going to get warm enough that there may be a thunderstorm here in southern New England today. There's such huge hailers yesterday in Ohio and Pennsylvania. Those storms are now going off the mid-Atlantic states, and we're just missing thunderstorms. But there may be warm enough air for a thunderstorm here in southern New England this afternoon or evening. That's the only way we're going to get any decent rain in our garden. Our garden is going to be drying up. It now looks like that Thursday still looks beautiful. What's it doing out here? I'm getting some new weather instruments. What's it say? It says 54. I think that's a little high. The digital one says 50 right now. The rain bucket says nothing happened. Yep, that's my rain gauge. So we're going to have to start watering the gardens because we're only going to pick up about a quarter of an inch of rain in southern New England today, if that. Tomorrow, beautiful, 65 to 70, even at the coast with an offshore breeze. Friday, that wave of low pressure that's going to come along a boundary is going to end up going south of New England, and it's going to be in a confluent flow with a strong flow from the north in southeastern Canada, a strong flow from the south in the mid-Atlantic states, and we're going to see that low pressure system race out to sea, but the front is going to linger over the mid-Atlantic states, and there still is going to be a wave of low pressure that develops into a stalled sort of nor'easter for the mid-Atlantic states over the weekend. Dry air coming into New England. The GFS has capitulated to the euro, which means Tim Kelly has capitulated to Weir Lundstedt on a dry weekend here in New England. Looks like a pretty nice Mother's Day, although it's going to be chilly near the shore. Surf is going to build with the day after day after day of northeast winds. In southern New England, it'll be fairly gusty and fairly cold for Mother's Day weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, and maybe even some frost into central New England into Monday. But then what's going to happen, a strong ridge in central Canada. We're actually going to have warm to record warm air coming at us the middle of next week and into next weekend. Meanwhile, that mid-Atlantic low is going to drop all the way down to, it looks like South Carolina, and it may try and come around and back up at us late next week. So it looks like our next chance of rain after today is probably going to be next Friday or Saturday, with temperatures 85 to 90 inland late next week. So we are turning a major corner here. It's tough to give a weather forecast and try and corral a dog that wants to follow every smell. As long as he stays in the backyard, that's cool. I'm going to leave you with something yesterday I mentioned about going down the hill and the ticks. While I was editing yesterday's Out the Door, I was on my fourth tick, the fourth tick of the morning that I had to pull off me. As I was editing, it was walking across my computer, and also some fun with Steve the cat, trying to find out how I can reach a bumblebee. The bumblebees are out. They live in the ground, so beware walking around in bare feet. Tomorrow afternoon, almost feeling a little bit like a nor'easter. There are ticks down there. Must you? There are ticks everywhere. Nothing we can do. Probably another close to ½ inch of rain tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night, the Red Sox game could be delayed, if not postponed. Thursday looks like the best day of the week. Steve is dying to get a hold of his bumblebee. You gotta be careful what you're asking for there, Steve. He may come your way. Cat on a leash.